Hello, Cancer. How's everybody doing? We're here with your mid-April reading. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing something about someone sending a message. I don't know if this is your energy or somebody else's. We're gonna get further and see what's going on here for you. Between something, figuring something out, deciding, dancing between options of maybe how to get something done, or there could be a choice that you're making. I'm seeing you want to prioritize something that you feel passion for. You could be in a space too where you're like, with the limited amount of resources I have, time is a resource, energy is a resource. With the finite amount of resources that I have, I want to spend it doing things that bring me a sense of invigoration. So there may be something that you want to do. This can be like a project or spending time with a particular person, something that you want to do, and you're just figuring out how to go about getting that done, or to go after that, or to spend time doing that. Making some sort of plan here. Seems like you're organized, methodically culturing this. What's this Five of Swords about? You may feel fear like you're going to lose something. Five of Swords usually pops up when we feel like somebody's going to take that thing away from me. So you may be looking at something and be like, I really want that thing, or I want to be with that person, or I want to spend time doing that activity. But there could also be fear associated with this. Like, if I don't seize this right now, if I don't figure this out right now, somebody's going to take that from me. Or there could be something competitive about this thing that you're doing. I will say this too. There may be somebody in an arena where you are showing up, and they could be somebody that may not like support you pursuing this endeavor of yours, whether this be like a relationship or an activity. You could have somebody around you and be just like not supportive of you going after this or participating in this. Could be feeling that. Instead of avoiding whatever this is that feels unpleasant to you, I'm seeing you actually take a look at it. Maybe to figure out like why it's bothering you, if it's bothering you. Is it something you need to respond to? Is it something that you don't need to give your attention to? Whether this be your own feelings popping up, or this be, well, all the same. It's going to be your feelings either way, but this can be merely an experience that you're having internally. It can also be paralleled externally for you as well. I want to see more about this Five of Swords. What this is about, where this is coming from. There's a decision that needs to be made to be brave with something here. Rather than do something out of fear, it's doing something out of a sense of security. Because Five of Swords is an insecure energy. Five of Swords is like feeling like you have other like forces working against you and kind of pushing yourself into survival mode because of how you're like looking at other people and you. It's the manifestation of this belief of separateness between us and what's around us. Feeling like it's us versus them, or me versus other. whatever this is. So I'm seeing you look into this. And to have Leo, this is like, how do I want to express myself? Do I want to make a bold move here? I want to allow myself to be seen. I want to allow myself to be, like, really seen and recognized in all of my glory, because that's what Leo is about. It's about being creative and about doing your own thing as well, and not so much being bothered by other people and what they're doing. What other people are doing or not doing. Because there can be a focus on, like, I'm doing this, but this person thinks that about me. Or, like, this person doesn't support me or whatever. And it may actually be distracting you from what you want to be spending time doing. Like, this fear of other people perceiving you in a way that you don't want to be perceived. So I'm seeing you get to a point where you're like, I don't want to be held back by those things anymore, but I'm recognizing I may need to be more courageous with the way that I'm going about doing this, but I'm seeing that's what you're investing in. Being able to shine as an individual and doing what you want to do. Making choices for you. It seems like this is going to lead to a conversation. There also may be somebody that's coming back around for you. You know what's so interesting? In the Aquarius reading that we did, you may find that the Aquarius reading resonates for you too. It was just these two cards that came out. It's Pluto and Leo. It was only those two cards that came out, and here we are with those same two cards. So yeah, you may find something for you in the Aquarian reading. This reading that we're doing right now and the Aquarian reading, they'll both be published on the same day. So it'll be the Aquarius reading that's published the same day as this one. If you are brave and bold with something, you are going to be setting yourself up to have some sort of like connection, reunion, reconciliation, maybe on the table for you and someone else. I'm seeing this be leading up to some sort of social event for you. For some reason, there's still this vibe of you feeling like you need to watch your back. Because Five of Swords is not feeling necessarily trusting. It's feeling like I need to be on guard because I don't want someone to take advantage of me. I'm getting a confirmation of this. Bringing it back around, there's some sort of balance that's going to overlay the disposition of what's been going on that maybe has been feeling undesirable or out of balance. It seems like a situation needs to be righted. I'm seeing this be like a social thing where some sort of objective judgment call socially is going to be necessary. I'm hearing in order for you to write something off, maybe to assess it and move beyond. Let's get a couple more. You may have to stand up for something, because strength can be just that. Like there can be somebody that's messing around and you may not have said anything, and now you're getting to the point where you're like, I'm not going to hold back, I'm going to say something now. Again, like Leo energy is very bold and is demanding of respect. And so, and anybody can step into Leo energy. This is just you channeling that. So you may be getting to a point where you're like, this is how I want to be treated. This is what's acceptable to me. This is not acceptable to me. Or like, I'm not going to be competing with you anymore. Or I don't want to have to watch my back. And so I'm going to like draw this line here. Whatever this is that you need to do, you're kind of setting yourself up again to recreate some sort of balance within a situation where something has become out of balance. Like something's going on here that you don't feel good about. And it's been like weighing on you mentally. Maybe experiencing some anxiety over this as well. Ooh. Looks like you're going to call an end to something, but you feel like this is the right thing to do. To have justice before something. Justice is like, I'm going to lay down the law within this situation, and this is the right thing to do by my standards and my morals, and I feel like this is the balance of my emotional story and my intellectual story within my interpersonal relationship, because that's what Libra is connected with, and bring an end to something so that you feel this is completely justified. But you may not have done this yet. Seeing strong Leo, I'm seeing strong Libra. And I'm also looking at Pluto, which is Scorpio. You may feel like you're going to end something that needed to be put to bed. But you may, what I'm getting is you may bring something back to put the type of end to it that the type of end to it that needed to be pushed on it. I feel like that was such a weird way to word this. What I'm saying is that if something you didn't find like closure, finish something the way that it needed to be, I'm seeing you bring it back so you can properly finish something, okay? Because something may be like open-ended, or it's not squared away totally, fully, completely, and this is going to be you doing that. It's so weird. But I'm not seeing this necessarily be an easy thing for you, but you're in a space where you're like, I recognize my value here within this situation, and if something is continuing that I'm not okay with, I'm going to put an end to it, because that's what I need to do. And I'm looking at this and I'm assessing it, and this is the right call for me to be making. Can we get one more? It's not going to be easy. This is going to be painful. This is like, something needs to come to an end, but it's needed to come to an end, and now it's necessary, and now you're like, you know what, I'm strong enough to be doing this, and I'm strong enough to be able to deal with whatever pain is coming, because that's going to be the beginning of healing for me. And this is what you're working on. For some of you, this situation may have already happened, and you're on the other side of this, like working on your healing. So this may have been what happened. You were thinking about remanifesting a situation with somebody or giving something a chance, and I'm seeing it begin to get off of the ground, and it's like, okay, here's our opportunity to get together, and it's like things feel really good, and I feel supported by this person, and I feel like maybe we'll finally get along, and then it's like the Five of Swords pops up again. This may be somebody that you're kind of used to. It's like every time I give them a chance, like things are good in the beginning, and then we get to the middle of the story and this pops out, where it's like you just see this person. It reminds me, Five of Swords sometimes reminds me of like a little wild animal that like doesn't want to be tamed, or you can't like bring it inside of the house because it's like worried about surviving. It's like a feral animal. It can be. And so I'm seeing you get to a point where you're like, this is not the refined type of relationship that I'm looking for. Like, we're not enemies. We're supposed to be getting along together. But you may have somebody that's in a space where they're like so much in survival mode and like so shut down and just so far in their root that they're like not connecting with you on the heart chakra. So I'm seeing you get to a point where you're like, it doesn't even feel personal at this point. It just feels like this is not compatible for me anymore. And I'm seeing this come through where it's like, again, like this is not the refined type of relationship that you're looking for. Somebody's going to be acting like this because you're like, I'm not going to be twisting your arm to be working within this relationship with me, especially because this seems like something that you guys were both excited in the beginning of this, and then it just goes downhill in an unfortunate way. But it seems like you getting to a point where you're like, you know what, no, I'm going to stand up for myself, and even though This may hurt right now. It's what I need to do for me. And I'm seeing your guides be like, yes, yes, like pushing you to do this, encouraging you to do this. Because it just seems like something, again, that it needs to be put to bed. So yeah, if what I get for the majority of you is that there may have been somebody that it's like the wave has come back where maybe you weren't in each other's lives, or maybe something wasn't happening between the two of you, and you've been through cycles before with this person, and now they're kind of being brought back up again so you can end this the right way with them. Bite the bullet and do what needs to be done here. So you can, again, put this to bed. But I'm seeing you be in a space where you're like, why did this come up again if it's just to end it? Well, that's why. It's coming up again so you can properly end this and be like, this is my call. Okay? Leo, Pluto, Libra. Yeah, you got this. You have to be the one to initiate the conversation and get this done. It may feel difficult because of the attachment between you and this person, but this comes back to like what quality of relationship do you want in your life? And is this something that you want to maintain, or is this something that, even though it hurts, this is the best and healthiest thing for you to do? All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.